Hey guys, welcome. Tony Porter, Tabletop Baseball Digest, and here we are with our Willie Mays Memorial Game, 1959 Stratomatic set, and it's going to be Larry Jackson on the mound for the Cardinals. We're playing in St. Louis. It's opening day, Giants versus the Cardinals, and it's going to be Antonelli for the Giants. Okay, so let's get started. Let's play some Stratomatic. I'm not a real fluid with Stratomatic. I played it for a long time and know it decently well, but definitely no savant at using Stratomatic, so there may be sections where I have to look stuff up and so on. All right, let's try to avoid that as much as possible. Jackson can go 7, and then of course, point of weakness kicks in, and Antonelli, where's he? He can go 8, and then his point of weakness kicks in. Now these cards don't have the wild pitch balk ratings, so I had to pull those off a separate chart. This is a 1959 set. I don't know when it was released. I'm lucky to have it, and I enjoyed 59 when I played it with another game. So I said, let me pick up Stratomatic and play with Stratomatic. I replayed the Braves, excuse me. No Brewers, the Braves in 59 using, I think, Fall Classic Baseball. And I'm starting to do it here with Stratomatic, and we'll see how far I get. But I have a lot of different, since I use the helpers, I have a lot of different replays going on, right? Maybe 10 different replays for different seasons, different game systems, and so on. And I bounce around from one to the other and so on as I see fit. Anyway, okay, let's go over the lineups very quickly here. As you can see, the bottom right, I believe, of your screen is Jim Davenport. He's a 1 at third base, E10. That'll come into play. Left field, Jackie Brandt. He is a 1 also with a -3 arm. Willie Mays. Now, some of these I'm going to start. This is a 59 set that I'm going to start sleeving. I ordered 1,000 sleeves, and they're on their way being shipped, but I do have a handful here, enough so you'll see me sleeve them as I go. Willie Mays, of course, a 1, E5. I'm sorry, -5 on the arm, E7. So nobody will be running on Willie Mays. So I don't know how he's going to pick up any assists if nobody ever runs on him. And he had a good season. He's batting 3rd. How did he do? What was his season like? Every season was good for him, right? 43 doubles, 5 triples, 34 home runs, 313 average, 65 walks. You'd expect him to have over 100 walks. Only 58 strikeouts with 34 home runs. Pretty amazing. Another error, right? Orlando Cepeda, not a great first baseman. He is a 3, E25. Willie Kirkland, right fielder, 3, -3, so not a bad arm. He''s a lefty batting. Darryl Spencer, the second baseman, not a great second baseman. He's a 3, E26. Andre Rogers, a 4, E48. Now, he is not he had almost over 200 at bats, so he does play quite a bit. Bob Schmidt, the catcher, he is a 4 with an throw 1 to 3 on the error, and then of course you got the +1 arm, and then the pitcher batting card, whatever that is. It's just number 6. Okay, let's get started. Let's play some Stratomatic. Remember to like and subscribe my channel. Always appreciated, and enjoy your games as much as I enjoy mine. All right, so it's going to be a 1-7. I like to use a pen for this, and late at night, if I play this late at night, right now it's not that late, but when I do play it late at night, my eyes are really tired, so I have my trusty little magnifying glass here. So that's going to be a 1. Jackson's a righty, so it's a 1 and a 7, and that's lifted to center field. And backing up a couple of steps is, how do you do where Simoli, I believe is. It's like Semolina, and he makes the catch for the first out. And I'll go over the defense now. It's going to be Stan Musial in left field, Simoli in center, and Cunningham in right. Boyer, the third baseman, Gramis at shortstop, Blasingame, the second baseman, and Bill White at first base. Behind the plate is Smith, and on the mound is Jackson. 1 away. All right, so Jackie Brandt. So there's a couple of players I will want to sleeve just to protect these from my grinding hands. Even though I wash my hands, that makes no difference. They're still natural oils. And, obviously I'm a little bit anal about it. And I just want to pass these on to somebody and have them say, okay, these cards are in nice condition. I will not be putting these in my coffin. Let me put it to you that way. Let's see, Davenport. So Davenport made out. He flied out to center. And here is Jackie Brandt, right-handed hitter. All right, it's a 4. A 4 and a 5 is going to be a drive in the gap. And will Simoli get there? No, but will he cut it off? That's what I want to know at this point. And I got to roll that D20 to find that out. And he will cut it off. It's going to be a single. So what was it? A 4 and a 5, and it's going to be a single 7-20 we roll. So that's cut off by Simoli, and that holds Brandt at first base. So now Brandt, what kind of stolen base is he? Let's see if it says how many stolen bases he had. It doesn't say it. But 4-6 with 17-11 being thrown out automatically. So let's roll 2 dice and see if we can get a 4-6. Oh, a 4 and a 6, not a 4-6. So it's a 4 or a 6 on this. And let's see, Jackson, hold rating is 0. So, oh, wait a second. No, it'll be a 17. Okay. Yeah, these are not automatic outs. It's going to be a 17 if he gets the jump, and an 11 if he doesn't. I don't remember what the catcher was. Let's see what the catcher is. Smith. Once I see all this stuff, I kind of memorize it, and then I remember pretty well. Smith. What kind of arm does Smith have? Hal Smith has a -1 arm. All right, so let's try it. See. And we get a 6, so he does get the jump. -1 will be, he's being held. So that's a 15. There he goes, and he is safe with a stolen base. All right, I like to get my stolen bases out of the way early. So Willie Mays. Let's see, I don't use that 20 yet. Oh, now I'm going to be using that 20. I'm going to roll it first, just to get out of the way. Looking for that 1 or that 2. No. All right, so here's Willie Mays. The pitch, it is a 3 and an 8, and that is going to be ball 4. So Willie Mays shows patience and manages a walk. He's on at first, so we got first and second with 1 out. And here comes Orlando Cepeda. Let's continue to protect these cards. Orlando Cepeda, the beastie. Let's just see if they're doubled up. These cards are thicker than some other sets that I have. All right. Again, we're going to roll to see if there's a wild pitch or a pass ball. No. And here's the pitch. It's a 2 and a 6, a 2 and a 6, and that's a drive in the gap. And that's going to split the outfielders and roll to the wall. But the runner, Brandt will score. Mays will be held up. So it's an RBI double by Orlando Cepeda, and Jackson wishes he had that pitch back. Here's Willie Kirkland, second and third now with 1 out. And he's a lefty, so we are going to intentionally walk Kirkland, set up the double play. Usually I'll sleeve anybody with over 100 bats, and he's definitely want to protect these guys. This is a hard set that's not easy to find and not available in stores. And here's Darryl Spencer with 1 out, and the bases loaded. See if Larry Jackson can work his way out of this predicament. That's a 5. And here's the pitch. That's going to be a 2 and a 5. And that is a hard hit ground ball. Pulled to Boyer. Boyer goes to Blassingame. Blassingame to White. And it's a 5-4-3 round the horn double play. Just what the doctor ordered. Great job. I must pat myself on the back. Let's do that. Good job, good job, good job. All right. So let's sleeve up Darryl Spencer. Had that feeling that was going to come up. All right. So let's bring in the next set, the next team. It's 1-0. And here is Antonelli on the mound. He is a lefty, so we'll be having to do that lefty thing, that mental lefty thing. Like it's like an eye chart. When you're reading the eye chart, to one direction, the other direction. Okay, here's the pitch. Antonelli to Don Blassingame, leading off the bottom of the first, 1-0. And the Cardinals coming to bat. All right, that's going to be a 2 against a lefty. A 2 and a 10 is a ground ball up the middle, and Rogers gets to it, fires the first. High throw, but nice stretch by Cepeda. 1 down. And Antonelli is ready to pitch to Simoli. Here's the pitch, and that is a 6. Simoli is a righty, so that will be a 6, and a 4 is a catcher X. So let's see, let's throw that down. What was Schmidt? I didn't even pull Schmidt here. I don't even have a catcher. That's one player I did not pull. So let's grab Schmidt here for the Giants, right? Okay, so I have 2 catchers. I may not have Schmidt. So I will grab somebody to fill in for him. I do not have him, so we will grab these are pitchers. We're going to grab Hegan to fill in for Schmidt. So he will be Schmidt for us. And Hegan is, I could pull Schmidt up. I do have that option. Let's do that. We'll grab Schmidt's card. We'll go to all right. So Schmidt is he's a 4 catcher, +1 arm, and we've got 1 out. Simoli's up. And let's do this. Oh, we had the, so he's a 4. So let's grab a chart. I totally forgot what had happened. All right. A 4 and a 14 is going to be a wild pitch, pass ball. But since we're doing, so it's going to be not pass ball, it's going to be a wild pitch pop-up. So what we're going to do here is just make it a pop-up and not worry about the rest because we're handling it in a different way. It's going to be, let's see. It's going to be a P2 for the second out. All right. Here's Bill White. Let's also start sleeving some of these guys. Simoli, right? Simoli. All right, Bill White, lefty hitter. He's up and 2 outs. Here's a pitch. And that's going to be a 6 against a lefty, a 6 and a 5, and that's bounced to second base. Spencer over to first, and that retires the side. Easy inning. for John Antonelli. Antonelli, how did he do that season? 19-10 with a 3.10 ERA, 282 innings pitched. Wow. Okay. 1959. Love it. All right. Here's Andre Rogers against Larry Jackson, and the pitch, it is a 1 and a 5, and a swing and a miss struck him out. One away. Andre Rogers. Next up is, oh, I did have Bob Schmidt. I went through all that trouble. I had Bob Schmidt. I just didn't see him. Okay, anyway, so be it. That's a 2 and a 6, and a 2 and a 6 is a ground ball to the shortstop. Gramus in the hole. Long throw to first in time. Plenty of time with Bob Schmidt running. Bob Schmidt only had 181 at bats, so he did play a lot. So they carded 3 catchers on this team. And now it's the pitcher up, Antonelli. Let's see what happens. And that's a 4. So Antonelli bats lefty, so it's a 4 against a lefty. 4 and a 7, and that is a ground ball second base. X. So blasting game is a 2. So let's see what happens there. And that's a 6. And a 2 will be bounced to blasting game, who feels it and throws out Antonelli to retire the side. And let's make sure we had Antonelli is a 6, and did we use 6? We did use number 6. Okay, perfect. All right, bottom of the second now. Antonelli had an easy first inning. Let's see if he can continue that. Boyer. And here's the pitch. Let's bring that a little bit closer. All right, that's a 4 against the righty, a 4 and an 8, and that will be lifted to left field. On the run is Brandt into the corner, and Brandt comes up with it. So you got a good read on that ball right off the bat. Kenny Boyer pull that fastball into the corner, and Brandt was able to run it down for the first out. Here's Stan the Man, usual. The pitch from Antonelli. Antonelli has a lefty, so it's a 1 and a 9er, and that's popped up right side. Cepeda in fair territory. Spencer's right next to him. Cepeda calls him off, makes the catch 2 away. Well, every so often I get this urge to play I play a lot of modern games. Fall Classic and Deep Drive and several others. But I really sometimes get that urge to go back in time into that nostalgia, So I use Apple, I'll use Stratomatic, I'll use Status Pro, going back in time, and Sports Illustrated. You can join all those groups on Facebook. And here's Joe Cunningham, lefty. Here's the pitch from Antonelli. And that is a 4 against the lefty, a 4 and a 9er, and that is a shortstop check. Shortstop is Rogers, and I wrote all that down somewhere here. Rogers is a 4. So let's see what happens on a 4. And it's a 4 and a 1, and that's going to be a base hit just well past the glove of Rogers, who just did not get a good break on that ball. Kind of froze. And that puts Cunningham at first base. Now, Cunningham is 7, 8, 9. He's thrown out automatically. He's 13. It's a -5 hole, so we will not be running on Antonelli. So he's holding at first, and here's Hal Smith. We're going to check any action, and it's going to be a 3 and a 5, and that is banged up the middle, and Rogers gets to it, steps on the bag, and that's a 6 unassisted to retire the side. Had a visit from my lady, Doberman Luna. Hello, Luna. How are you doing? Heard you barking out there. All right. Here's Davenport leading off. The top of the third. Pitch from Larry Jackson. This is his opening day, 1959. By I don't know that I'm going to replay the Giants season, but I do want to replay some Willie Mays games. And that's a 4. He's a righty, so it's a 4 and a 3, and that'll be a 1/16. It's that half diamond, which is a single check on the ballpark card. And the ballpark card, where do we do that? We wrote it down somewhere. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Singles are, for both sides, are... Oh, was that the other? Anyway, I have it right here. No big deal. St. Louis, yeah, it's 1/16 against lefties and righties. So let's see if that gets through. And it does, just barely. Just past the diving shortstop's glove into left center field. Musial. Davenport is on at first, and he's a 6 with the not doing anything. Hit and run. A D, no. A bunt, sure, why not? Let's bunt. Let's square away and bunt away. And that's a 6. And let's look at that. 6. Bunting. What did we say he was? He was a B bunting. And a 6 is going to be batters thrown out by the third baseman. So it's 5-4, a successful sacrifice. The fundamentals make a difference. Here's Willie Mays. The say hey kid. We're going to roll that die and nothing happens. And here's the pitch to Willie Mays. It's a 4. He's a righty. It's a 4 and it's an 11. And that's going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher, X. So the pitchers are automatically 2, I believe, at this time period. So we're going to just play him as a 2. And we're going to roll, see what happens. A 3, and play him as a 2 and a 3 is going to be ground ball pitcher C. So I'm going to allow Davenport to advance on a C. I believe that's the rule, right? Off the top of my head. Ground ball, runners advance 1 base. Yes. Okay. So 2 outs, and Willie Mays taps one right back to Jackson. I'm going to throw that. Nothing happens there. Let's see what happens here. Or Orlando Cepeda. Here's the pitch. He's righty versus a righty. So that's going to be a 3 and a 12. And that's popped up behind the plate. And that's near the stands. Smith is over there and he makes the catch. Reaches over. Knocks over somebody's popcorn and makes that catch. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd now. And it's 1-0. The Giants. 1-3-0 for the Giants, 0-1-0 for the Cardinals. It's John Antonelli versus Larry Jackson, 1959. Where were you in 1959? Alex Grammas, pitch from Antonelli. And that is a 3 against the lefty. A 3 and a 5 is bounced to 3rd. Davenport gloves it over to 1st. And 1 down. Watching the Yankees-Mets game tonight, but it's raining in New York. All right, here's the pitcher. He is a righty hitter. So that is a 3. And he is a, what is he? Hitting, he's a 1, so that's our 1 card. So that's a 3. It's probably an out. A 9 is a bouncer again to 3rd base. Davenport throws him out. And here's Don Blasingame to lead off, to turn the lineup over. Top of the lineup, Blasingame, pitch from Antonelli. He is a lefty, so that's a 4 and a 7, and that's bounced to 2nd base. We're going to check on the error on Spencer. Spencer's a 3 E26. So 3 E26 with a 2. That's going to be by him for a range hit. This it will. Base hit for Blasingame. Blasingame 2-7 on a steal, and then a 12, and then he's thrown out automatically on 9. Then he's 15. We're going with Antonelli. We're not running on Antonelli tonight. All right. Here's Semoli. Throw that die. It's a 3. Doesn't do anything. And here is the pitch. It's a 4. To a righty, a 4 and a 7, and that is bounced to 2nd base. Another error check, and that's going to be an 8 on the 2nd baseman, who's a 3, and that's going to fall into his error zone, E26. E26, and that'll be an E26 will be an 8, which is a ground ball A, but there's 2 outs. So he'll glove it and flip to Rogers, and that will be a 4-6 fielder's choice, and that ends the inning at the top of the 4th. Having a good time going back in time with Stratomatic, created in the 50s, and has that feel, that old 50s feel. Same looking at the cards look the same, you know, a couple variations, but overall it's the same. So it's a nice feel of nostalgia going back in time. Kirkland, Willie Kirkland is up. Here's Larry Jackson, top of the 4th, 1-0 Giants. And that's going to be a 4 against the lefty Jackson, against the lefty Kirkland, excuse me. A 4-9er, and that is going to be a ground ball to shortstop X. The shortstop is Gramis, and Gramis is a 3 E29. And with a 9, that's going to be, we're going to check the error. What did I say? E29, right? Gramis E29, yeah. And we roll a 10 on the E29, and will he boot it? He will, whatever, 10. No, it's a ground ball that Gramis bobbles for a split second, fires the first, and in time. All right. Here's Darryl Spencer, pitch from Jackson. And that's a 1 and a 6, which is a 1-2 home run. So it's a deep drive to left center field. On the run is Musial, and Simoli meets him at the track, and that ball is caught by Musial at the track. So Spencer gave it a ride. And that's 2 away. Next up is Andre Rogers. The pitch, and that is a 3 against a righty, and a 7, and that's ball 4. So Rogers gets a base on balls, and he's on at first. Let's check his stealing potential. Nope. And here's Schmidt. Pitch. Oh, I forgot to do that one. Hold on a second. I don't want to lose all these dice I just rolled. A lot of 6s. All right. Nothing happens there. So that's going to be a 6 against a righty. A 6 and an 8 is popped up middle infield. Gramis and Blasingame come together by the second base bag, and it's Gramis who makes the call, and that ends the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Stratomatic, if you haven't played it, try it. Try it out. Get a set. Play a couple of games. All right. Antonelli versus Bill White. Here's the pitch from Antonelli. It's a 6 against the lefty 4, and that is a check on the shortstop, Rogers. Rogers is a 4, and that's an 8. So that is probably going to, yeah, we're going to check on Rogers' error, which is an E48. So that's like an automatic. Isn't that an automatic? E48 or more? Yeah. Okay, but we got to still roll because something could be, yeah, it's an error. So he boots it. So it's an E6. Wow, that's a terrible error rating. Bill White. By the way, a lot of times when I sell my stuff, I do leave the sleeves on it, so you get an extra bonus. Kenny Boyer, runner on first and nobody out. He's a deep bunter and not a good hit and run guy. Let's throw that 4. Won't do anything. Here's the pitch to Boyer from Antonelli. That is a 6. Boyer's a righty. A 6 and a 6 is going to be a 1-12 single. So it's a hard hit ground ball through the hole. It's lined. It's lined to the third, the hole between third base and shortstop. Let's see what happens. And that is through into left field. Brandt makes the play, gets it into Rogers, and on at first is Boyer. He strokes a single, a rope to left. Looked like Davenport was going to come up with it, but no. And we're going to throw that D20. Nope. All right, here's Stan Musial. Stan Musial is hit and run guy. We're going to try hit and run. Why not? And that's going to be a 6. A 6 hit and run. Squeeze play, hit and run. What did I say he was? He was a B and a 6, and that is ground ball second base. Runner advances. 4-3. Next up is Joe Cunningham. We have to sleeve Joe Cunningham. Yes, we do. If you watch my games, you know I have a very chill flow. Do not lose sleep over very much. If I make a mistake, it's usually human error, kind of like what an umpire would do. Let's roll that. Oh, I got second and third. What's going on here? What happened? Error. All right. Single to second. Oh, and it was a ground ball 4-3. What just happened? Okay, I totally blanked out that there was guys on base. First, I don't know why I did that. I can remember what just happened. Oh, it was a hit and run. Right. It was a hit and run. And there was runners on first and second. So why did I hit and run? I thought there was a runner on. All right, so I hit and run first and second. So be it. Let's move on. Who is it? Cunningham. Cunningham is up second and third now. And we are going to walk Cunningham like we did last time. See if Hal Smith will hit into. Did we walk? I don't know. I don't think we walked Cunningham last time. Doesn't matter. All right. Here's the pitch. Infield is back for the double play. It's the fourth inning. We're willing to allow the time run to come in. I really don't care about that much right now. And that's going to be a 5 versus the righty. A 5 and a 7 is a swing and a miss. And he strikes out Smith. Big K. Hal Smith had 500 at bats, so he's a regular catcher. I learn all these teams. I don't know anything about baseball in the 50s. Like, I don't know the players. Throw that D20, nothing there, and now it's Alex Grammas. Here's the pitch from Antonelli. See if you can get out of this pickle. It is a 5 and a 5, and that's going to be a drive in the gap. Oh boy, that could be trouble. Let's see what happens. That's going to get cut off, but 1 run comes in, 2 runs come in, and the Cardinals going to third is going to be Cunningham. Grammas, Alex Grammas, with a 269 average, 14 doubles, singles here to drive in 2. Holy smokes. And that was the 5 against the righty, and I always checked that. It was a 5 and a 5, and yep, it's a single, 2 stars. So the Cardinals have taken the lead, and the pitcher's up. Nothing happens there, and here it is. It's a 6. He's a righty. A 6 and an 11 is a first baseman X. First baseman is Cepeda. Cepeda is a 3E26. 3E26 at first base. With a 19, he'll probably make this play. Cepeda. 319. He does make the play, and that retires the side. But the Cardinals come up with 2 runs, and they take the lead 2-1. We'll go to top of the 5th. All right. So it's going to be Antonelli, the pitcher, leading off here in the top of the 5th for the Giants. And that's a 3 and a 4, which will be a swing and a miss. He strikes out. So down goes Antonelli. Jackson faces Davenport. And it's a 4 and a 6, and that's line base hit center field. So Davenport is on. He's got good speed, 1 to 13. We got a B bunter, and we're going to bunt again. Why not? It's a 7. B7, and that is batters thrown out by first baseman. Runner advances. Another successful sacrifice. That's 2 outs for Willie Mays. And we are going to let Willie Mays bat. What does Cepeda do? That'll be, oh, it's 317. Yeah, he protects Willie Mays. All right, so let's throw that die. And, oh, and up. Here's the pitch from Jackson. It's going to be a 1. A 1 and an 8 is bounced to third, and Boyer will step on the bag. Oh, no, he can't step on the bag. He'll throw to first in time to retire the side. I thought there was runners on first and second. Okay. Blasingame is going to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 2-1 ball game. Antonelli on the mound for the Cardinals. All right, here goes. Here's the pitch to Blasingame. And that is a 2. 2 and a 2 is lined and caught by Cepeda. Ripped, and Cepeda is positioned perfectly and snatches it. Here's, so it's line 3. Simoli now. Cardinals up. All right, and it's a 4. So it's a 4 against a righty. A 4 and a 7, and that will be bounced to second base. We're going to check for the error. Second baseman is Spencer. Spencer's a 3E26. 3E26 with a 1, and that's by him. Another base hit for range hit against Spencer, who's just not a great defender, that's for sure. Hit and run C, bunting, Bill White. Bill White will swing away. And nothing there. Here's the pitch, and that is a 6 against the lefty, a 6 and an 8, and that will be ripped and caught by Spencer at second base. 2 out. Next up is Kenny Boyer. And the pitch, and that is a 3 against the lefty. A 3 and an 11 is bounced to second base. Spencer charges, barehands it, fires the first in time, and the side is retired to go to the top of the 6th inning. All right, we are at the top of the 6th inning. Cepeda is up against Larry Jackson. San Francisco at St. Louis. The Cardinals lead it 2-1. Cardinals got 2 on 5 hits and no errors, while the Giants are 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error. All right, so Orlando Cepeda's up. Let us roll some dice and do this. And that is a 1. Jackson is a righty, so it's a 1-8, and that's line base hit to center field, played on a hop by Simoli. And let's get where we gotta go to pop that in there. Single. And Cepeda's on at first, 2-5. Ooh, 2-5. Yeah, we're gonna try to get that jump. And we get it. Oh, we got a 10, and oh, let's see if that may be. Yeah, he does get the jump. So he's 17. I believe the catcher had a -1. That's 16. He's being held on. That's 14. So let's see what happens. There he goes. The throw down, and he is safe with a stolen base. So it's a single and a stolen base for Cepeda. And up is Willie Kirkland, who I believe has been walked intentionally twice today, I believe. Let's take a quick peek here. Kirkland, yeah. Oh, no, he's all right. Intentional walks, does it list it? Oh, yeah, here it is. Cunningham, 1. All right. Oh, and then Kirkland, 1. All right, I thought it was, they seem like the same type of player to me. And also they're both, I think, batting 5th. Okay, so it's Kirkland, the lefty, versus Larry Jackson. Jackson gets the sign from Smith. Let's roll to see if there's any pass ball or a wild pitch, and no. And here's the pitch by Jackson. So that's going to be a 2 and an 8, and that is a hard hit ball at the shortstop, and the runner will hold. So it's going to be 6-3. Gramis over to White for out number 1. Runner holds. And now it's going to be Spencer. Oh, was that it? Yeah, Spencer. Where is Spencer? Let's see. What did I do with Spencer? Oh, there he is. Daryl Spencer. Right in front of my nose. Okay, so Daryl Spencer's up against Jackson, 1 out. And we are ready to roll here. Let's roll to see if we got a wild pitch pass ball. Nothing there. Here's pitch. And it's going to be a 2 and an 8. 2 and an 8 will be, again, the third time I roll an 8. That's a hard hit ground ball at Gramis and Cepeda holes. So 2 out now. And up comes Rogers, Andre Rogers, here in the top of the 6th inning. Roll that D20. No pass ball or wild pitch. Nope. And here is the pitch from Jackson to Andre Rogers with 2 outs and 1 on. And Cepeda will be moving on contact. That's a 4. He's a righty, so it's going to be a 4 and a 9. And, oh, it's a 1-3 single. Otherwise, it's lined and caught by Boyer. And it is lined and caught by Boyer. And that's the last out of the inning. All right, here comes Stan Musial. For the Cardinals. Antonelli is on the mound. Antonelli can go, what do we say? He can go 8. So Stan the Man, that's from the left side. What has he done today? Stan the Man today is 0 for 2. All right. Here's a pitch from Antonelli, and that is on a lefty, so it's 5 and a 9er, and that is a swing and a miss by Musial, and he strikes out. He only had 25 strikeouts and 350 at bats, so he doesn't strike out very often. Okay, Joe Cunningham next. Oh. All right, that's going to be a 2 against the lefty, a 2 and a 6, and that's a fly ball, right field. On the run is Kirkland. Will he come up with it? Yes. And that's 2 away. So Cunningham got into one and drove it in the gap, but it hung up there long enough for Kirkland to run it down. And here is Hal Smith. Antonelli gets the sign from Schmidt in the pitch. And that is a 3 and a 9er, and that is bounced to short. Rogers charges, scoops it, fires the first in time. And we go to the top of the 7th. 2-1. Cardinals. This is our Willie Mays Memorial game. Larry Jackson, he can go 7, so he is in his point of weakness inning, starting this inning. I believe that's the rule. Like I've explained, I am definitely not an expert in any rule system, but particularly not an expert in Strat. And I know guys that are. I mean, they've been playing it for, 40 years straight. So, okay, so it's going to be Bob Schmidt against Larry Jackson. Here in the top of the 7th, the Giants trail by 1. The pitch, and that is a 6 and a 5, and that's a check swing, and the check with the first base umpire, and he went around, struck him out. Schmidt doesn't like it. We're going to let the pitcher bat, Antonelli. So let's see what happens here. Antonelli bats from the left side. Here's the pitch. He will face a lefty and a 4, and I think that's an X chart something. That's a catcher X chart. And what do we say about Smith? What kind of catcher was he? He was a 2. A 2 catcher. So let us roll that D20, 2 catcher, and that's a 13. Will be a pop-up. And Smith calls for it and makes the catch. All right. And here's Jim Davenport, the leadoff hitter for the Giants. Here's the pitch by Jackson. And it's a 4-5, and that's a drive in the gap. And Semolina is on the run. Will he get to it? No, he does not get to it, but he does cut it off, and a big turn around first is Davenport, and he goes back to first. So Semolina's hustle keeps Davenport at first base. Excellent play that you won't see in the box score. Here is Jackie Brandt now. Jackson looks in for the sign, checks Davenport at first. Now, Davenport, is he the type of guy that may want to run? No, not at all. Not a lot of stolen bases. Doesn't say it on here, but just it's only one number. And he's got a very low success rate. Okay, so here's Brandt, 2 out, 1 on, 2-1 St. Louis. And here's the pitch. Oh, I forgot to roll that. Let's roll that. The D20, and that's 4, so that won't count. And it's a 5 and a 5. And what's that going to be? That's going to be ball 4. So he walks him. So that puts two men on for Willie Mays, the Say Hey Kid. Let's roll for that wild pitch pass ball. And that's 2. One more in this inning. One more reaches base in this inning, and his point of weakness will be reached or affected. Right. Here's Willie Mays. That's from the right side, and Jackson looks into Smith. Looks over at Davenport at second, who takes his lead, and so does Brandt from first. And here's the pitch to Willie Mays. And that's going to be a 3 against the righty. And that's a good column for Mays, a real good column with a 10. And that is that's a diamond shot. That's a diamond shot, but he is a righty. So at the St. Louis, a righty is 1-7. So that's a deep fly ball to left center field. That's going to drive Somoli and Musial back to the track. Let's see what happens. What did I say? 1-7, and that ball is caught by Stan Musial with his back against the fence in left center field, and that retires the side. So Mays gave it a ride, but just did not carry on that diamond shot at the 1-7 is all the advantage that they get on home runs from the right side. From the left side, it's a little bit better. They get 1-13. All right. So here is Antonelli on the mound against Gramis. Bottom of the seventh inning stretch. Go grab your quick brewski and maybe a pretzel or a hot dog before the concession closes. Now, I don't know if the concessions would close back then. I'm not sure. This is 1959. Here's Alex Gramis, pitch from Antonelli. All right, and that is a 4 and a 9er. 4 and a 9er is going to be banged up the middle, and Rogers is going to get to it, but will it be an error or not? What did we say Rogers was? Rogers is a 4 E48. He's horrible. So let's see what happens here. Probably by him. Yep, it's by him. And that's going to be a single. Yes, it is. All right, so Gramis, who is not a great base stealer, and Antonelli has a -5 hole rating, so we're going to square with Jackson. Going to keep Jackson in there. And he squares. He is I guess that's a C bunter on that card. And what do we roll? A 6. So he's a C and sacrifice 6. And that is going to be a good sacrifice. Bunts it to the third baseman, who comes in and over to first for a successful sacrifice. So pitcher does his job, and here comes Don Blasingame. Let's roll. We could have rolled that dice. Oh, a 3. Nope. And let's roll it for this last time as well. Nothing. And here is the pitch to Blasingame with the an insurance run at second base. That's going to be a 2 and a 10, and that is a ball grounded to short. Rogers will look Gramus back to second. Over to first in time. Oh, gotta go. Let's fix that. Gotta go to detail for this one. Ground ball, 6-3. All right, and next up is Samoli. Let's throw that D20. Check for the pass balls, wild pitches, and Samoli's up. And here's the pitch from Antonelli. That's going to be a 5 against a righty. 5 and an 8. 5 and an 8 is going to be a pop-up middle infield. And Spencer and Rogers come together by a little bit on the outfield grass. And it is Spencer who calls them off, and that retires the side. We go to the top of the 8th for our memorial game, our Willie Mays memorial game, using a very hard-to-find set, 1959 Stratomatic. I was in the mood for that old school feel, and Stratomatic does that very, very well. You know, many of the modern games are based, you can feel a flavor of these older games, you know, because the guys who later on went to create their own games were guys who played these games, because these were the only games out, or the main games out, right? Stratomatic and APA. So you get a lot of that element, Stratomatic, APA element in our games when, the more modern games, right, when we play them. All right, so here's Cepeda against Jackson. Jackson, like we said, has reached his point of weakness, and now it just has to be put into effect. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 2 and a 6, and that's a drive in the gap. And after it in the corner, as usual, will he get there? That's the question. And what did we say? It was a 6. And he does not get there, and that's going to bang off the wall and caroms away from him a little bit, and digging around first and into second base, and a turnaround second, but no, the throw comes in, and Cepeda goes back to second with a lead-off double here. All right, so the Giants now have the tying run at second base with nobody out. Now, you don't, very highly unusual that you're ever going to catch me bunting to get a guy to third base. I just feel that they can score from second, and I'm just giving up an out. So and you only get 3 outs, you know, and and you take away a lot of things that could possibly happen to get him to third, right? I just don't want to, I'm just not inclined to do that. Now, I will, you know, sacrifice from first to second, you know, all the time, as much as I can when it makes sense. Anyway, it's Willie, Kirkland, and Jackson. Oh, okay, that's 4, right? Wait, what did Jackson do in the last inning? Oh, yeah, look, Jackson in the last inning gave, no, only 2 guys got on. All right. Hold on a second. Okay, leadoff double. So this is the top. In the last top, it was strikeout, pop-up, single, walk, and then a fly out. All right, so that was 2. So if he allows 1 more in this inning, then he becomes, that little bullet kicks in. So let's see. Let's Willie Kirkland. And we could intentionally walk him, setting up that double play, but then that would put the go-ahead run on base, and I definitely don't like to do that. All right, no pitch, pass ball. Kirkland, here's the pitch, and that is a 4. A 4 and a 6, and that's ball 4. So he walks, and that's going to drive. Here comes the manager, and that's going to drive Jackson from the ball game. And let's check in to see where Jackson is batting in the next inning. No, he won't be coming up. So let's just pop somebody in there quickly. Somebody. All right. Let's see. St. Louis bullpen. Our closers, McDaniel. Brosnan is the next guy. And we can play with, let's see, Brosnan, none. Let's see who we have here. Yeah, Brosnan, none. Let's put the Bridges. Bridges is what? Even there. All right, DeGray towards the back. Gibson. Let's see if I got to remember. I got to check and see who they have. Let's put Gibson there. Just separating the pitchers. Gary Blaylock. Blaylock is so he can come in relief. Okay. So we're going to bring in a Blaylock in relief. Who else we got? We also have a guy named Broglio. We got, is it first baseman? Lindy McDaniel. I know he's a pitcher. He is the closer. Kurt Flood is on this team. Hal Jeffco. He's not in the on the roster right now. Mizell. Mizell is a starter. And that's pretty much what I got here. Oh, Bob Miller. Miller is he a starter? He's not part of the roster at the moment either. None of that really matters to me right this second. Just trying to get through this game. Stick Ricketts. So it's like, I guess these are guys that they traded for and joined the team afterwards. And I can bring anybody I want in here. So we can go with Brosnan. Let's just pull him up. That's easy to do. And we're going to go, hold on a second. Okay. That's true. I couldn't remember how I was. Oh, here it is. There it is. Okay. Brosnan. Let's go back to Brosnan. Oh, I gotta go even farther back. Yeah, I gotta go farther back. Let's search, and I may have to. Hold on a second. Let me. All right, we're back, and we've got Brosnan. I just pulled him up. I don't want to do that. That's not what we're doing right now. Hold on. All right, so we're going to put Brosnan in there. Against Spencer. Top of the eighth. 2 men on. Nobody out. And who's up? Spencer's up. Is he a good bunter? He's not a great bunter. But now I would bunt. With runners on first and second, I'll bunt to stay out of the double play. So I'm going to try to do that. We're going to see what kind of pitch he throws. And it's a 2, so that could be, and I think a 1-2, 2 is a potential pass ball, I believe. Pass ball balk, right? On a number 2. And I actually highlighted the rules. Oh, I don't want to knock over stuff. Hold on. I highlighted the rules in this part because I always look up the same thing. Yeah. 2 is a balk or a pass ball. 1, 2, 3 is a balk. So let's get a green die. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3 is a balk. So it could be a pass ball on Smith. And for that, I need that roster sheet because see what I did with it. because in this older set, that's what you have. That's the info you got. It's on the roster sheet, not like the cards. Okay, here it is. And Smith, St. Louis, and nope, Smith does not have a pass ball. Okay, so then we don't have to worry about it. He blocks it, and okay, so let's continue on to try to get the bunt happening, which is what we wanted in the first place. And he's a C bunter. I don't play the fact that you take a letter away. Just don't worry about that. That's going to be a 5. And that's it's bunted right in front of the plate. Pitcher picks it up, goes to first. Both runners advance. So it's a successful sacrifice. That's what you want. And sacrifice hit to the pitcher. All right, second and third now, and we got Rogers, Andre Rogers. Not, I don't think he's much of a hitter. Let's look. Actually, not a terrible hitter, 250 guy. Well, we could bring a guy like, what do we have? We got Brosnan, who is a righty. So we could bring like, let's see, who we got? Wagner, Speakeasy. Wagner, 129 at bats. He's a left fielder. Let's see if we have him sitting around with the Giants. Lou is there. Gordon Jones is there. Leon Wagner, he's a lefty. He is sitting around there. All right, we're going to call on him to come in and to where'd he go? Just had him. Oh, that's funny. Oh, Leon. Okay, here it is. Leon Wagner. Well, bad for Andre Rogers. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's roll that infield now. So Wagner is batting top of the 8th, so the infield is going to be forced to come in. Now I'll walk the batter because first base is open and the go-ahead run is already on base at second base. So, and then who's up next? Schmidt is up. So I'm going to intentionally walk Wagner. I'm going to give him the free pass, and it's going to be Bob Schmidt who's going to bat now. I'm going to throw that, and nothing there. And here's the pitch. So the infield is going to be in at the corners, halfway up the middle. I just well, with the base load, I want to avoid a big inning. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's going to be a 5, right? So he's a righty, and it is a 5 with a 9, and that is going to be a ground ball shortstop X Gramis. Oh boy, these shortstops are not very good. He's a 3E29, so it's a ground ball to short, and hopefully get a double play out of it. Who knows? Never know. Ground ball to short, and it's a 3. So let's see what happens. Oh God, that's not what you wanted. That's a single, and 2 runs will come around to score. And going to third is Wagner. And the Giants have just taken the lead here in the top of the 8th inning. So a huge hit by the catcher, Bob Schmidt. And that is going to bring up Antonelli. And we're pushing Antonelli. We are going to allow Antonelli to continue on. We're going to throw that pitch. Oh, a 1. So that's going to be a Larry. Okay, let's see. Oh, It was, what did I say? It was a 5 and a 10. It was a ground ball to shortstop X. But wait a second. A 5 and a 10 is a fly. It's actually a diamond single. Diamond single by, yeah, we got to go back because I'm looking at, I have to put something on Schmidt's card to tell me not to look at that. I was not looking at the right player, the right pitcher. Okay, so we're going to cover him up. And that'll be kind of the sign. I'll put his card upside down. So then that'll tell us, hey. All right. So it's going to be a fly ball to left. Let's see what happens here. With a diamond. A half diamond, excuse me. Not a diamond shot. Half diamond. And in St. Louis, he's a righty. Schmidt's a righty. That's going to be a 1 to 16. And it is a 15, so just a base hit, but runners don't advance 2 bases, they advance 1 base. Okay, so that ties up the game. And now we have Antonelli coming to bat. And we are going to let Antonelli bat. Here's a pitch, and nothing there, and Antonelli's card is a 6, and it will be off his card, a 1 and a 3, and that's going to be a fly ball to right. Fly ball to right. B. I don't have that memorized. I don't know. Fly ball to right. B. Batter is out. Fly runner on third scores. So that's going to be a sacrifice fly. Oh, 1-3. Fly out to right, sac fly to right field. That's Cunningham. The throw to the plate is not in time. All right, so Antonelli takes matters into his own hands and helps out his own cause. And here's Jim Davenport, and that's a 19. There's nothing there, and that's a 6. So we got to look at Brosnan, the 6 and a 7 against a righty. A 6 and a 7 will be a swing and a miss, strikes him out, and that retires the side, but not before the Giants pick up 2 runs. We're going to get a new shortstop. It will be, who can play short? Spencer can play short. Brazad can play short, and he'll play short there. All right. So, and then we'll bring in McDaniel for the save later on. All right, Antonelli is going to face Bill White here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Giants have scored 2 in the top of the 8th. They've taken the lead 3-2, so we have a heck of a game going on here as a memorial for the great Willie Mays, beloved throughout baseball. All right, so here's the pitch. Antonelli, lefty on lefty. So that is going to be a 2. And the 7, and that's a drive to center field. On the run is Mays, and Mays reaches up and right into his glove. Great catch by Willie Mays. So Bill White heads back to the bench, robbed of an extra base hit. And Kenny Boyer now steps in the box, and he's ready. Antonelli gets the sign of the pitch, and that is a 1 and an 8. A 1 and an 8 is, a 1 to 11. That looks like a 1. Is that a 1 to 11 or 1 to 13? 1 to 11. So that's a drive. And that's going to drop in front of Mays. So Mays does not reach it. Yep, it's lined. All right. To left center field. Then Mays gets to it. And Antonelli now, I don't know that Antonelli gave up in the bottom. He gave up a single. Well, he hasn't reached. Now is his point of weakness inning. So he's got to allow 3 runners on base. So he's still okay. Although a lot of times, because it's red on the screen, I will pull him because this is tracking the innings and it's telling me that this guy is over his innings on an average for the season. But at this point, I'm this is a one-off game. I'm not worried about any of that. All right. But if you're playing a season replay, you definitely want to consider that stuff. All right. So the 1 out, Stand the Man is up. Stand the Man is a good hit and run, guys. So we're going to try that. Kenny Boyer on at first base, right? Kenny Boyer, not a great base stealer. And we're not running against Antonelli. Good speed. So he's going to hit and run. See what happens. And here's the pitch. There goes the runner. And that's going to be a 5 on the hit and run. What did I say he was? He was a B, right? A 5 is going to be a single base hit. And going over to third is Boyer. So the Cardinals now have runners on first and third. And that is 2 for Antonelli. 2 base runners allowed. Joe Cunningham with runners on first and third. We're going to play the infield in here. And let's see if there's 1 or 2 come up. Nope. And here's the pitch with the infield in, 2-7. So Antonelli's lefty. It's a 2. It's a 7. That's a fly ball center. We're going to have a possible play at the plate here. Boyer is a 16. Mays is a -5, so that brings him down to a 9. And so that's a fly ball to Willie Mays in center field. And let's see, Willie Mays is a -5, so that's 16. I don't know that there's any other plus or minuses. That's too much for my brain to handle, so I just kind of played straight up, just the outfielder's arm and the runner's speed. Boyer was a 16. From what I remember. Yeah, he 1-16, -5. It's 1-11. So he's going to tag up and try to score and try to tie up this game. Here's the play to the plate by Mays and the tag by Schmidt. And he is out. He is out on that 20. Holy smokes. Willie Mays. Guns down. Kenny Boyer trying to tag up from third base here in the bottom of the 8th with the tying run. So we're going to go to detail. We're going to go to, what are we going to do here? Well, let's go back. Let's go back. So he's out at the plate. And we're going to make it into, you can make it into out of the plate. Well, I want to make it 8-2. Oh, I know what to do. Okay. I just, it's a fly out, so it's going to be a double play to, right, it was, yeah, so to fly out Willie Mays, and then it's a 2, and the runner is out at home, and that is going to be a double play, and that's going to end the inning. Holy smokes, wow. Willie Mays coming through big time on his Memorial Day game. All right, so next up for the Giants is going to be Brosnan is still in there. I haven't looked at his information. Let's see, Brosnan, yeah, he's good. He's like a long reliever type. Well, most of these guys were long reliever types at this time. And it's going to be Brandt, Larry Jackson. Jackie Brandt is up. Let's throw some dice. Top of the 9th. And it's going to be a 6 and a 3. So a 6 and a 3 is a fly ball, right field X. Let me just make sure that is right field. 6 and against a righty, and a 3 is, yeah, it is right field. And Cunningham. What is Cunningham out there? Cunningham is a 4, E9. Holy smokes. A 4, E9. That's trouble for sure. All right, and it's a 16. He's on the run. Will he get there? And a 16. He does. He does reach it. He does get to it. Holy smokes. Just barely got to it. For the first out of the inning, here's Willie Mays now. Jackson could go 8 and 9, so he's allowed to finish this game. Let's see, does it say what? Brosnan's in the game. So Jackson's not in the game anymore. But he's good. He's good. All right, let's keep that upside down. And here's what he makes. Here's the pitch from Brosnan. It's a 5. A 5 and a 5 against a righty. There's a fly ball to right. And Cunningham, he's there. Puts it away. And next up is Orlando Cepeda. Pitch from Brosnan. That's a 2. A 2 and a 3 is it's a possible home run. A righty. A possible home run. It's a diamond shot. A diamond shot is going to be 1-7, and this game is tied. Oh no, it would be an extra insurance run. So left field, back to the track as usual, and caught. So a Cepeda gives one a drives it deep, gives one a ride all the way to the morning track. And that retires the side, and we go to the bottom of the 9th now. So we got a heck of a game. We're going to bring in, I thought we were going to bring in somebody else, but we're not right now. We're going with Antonelli, and he will be facing Hal Smith. Let's do this. Bottom of the 9th, 3-2 Giants. Cardinals up. And that's going to be a 2 and a 9er, and that's a bouncer to third. Charging is Davenport, bare hands. It fires. And in times a slow roller to Davenport. He had to come hard, even though Smith doesn't have great speed. And that is 1 away now. And here's Alex Grammas. 269 hitter. He will bat. Here's the pitch from Antonelli. And that is a 2 and an 8. And that's popped up left side. Davenport backing up onto the grass, calls off Broussard and makes the catch. Pop 5, 2 away. So Antonelli's 1 out away from a victory here on Willie Mays Memorial Day using Stratomatic, the hard to find, not available in stores, 1959 season. And here's Brosnan. We're going to bring in a pinch hitter. Let's see who we got here. For the Cardinals, the home team Cardinals, we can bring Crow. We want a righty, so let's go to the righties here. We got Gene Oliver. There we got Jablonski. Oh, he can come in and hit. I'm gonna call on Jablonski. Let's see if there's anybody else that's Dick Gray. Let's see, what is Gray? No, Gray's not in there. Yeah, Green. Green is not too, he's not very good either. All right, so we're going to go with Jablonski to hit for the pitcher spot. See what can happen. Nobody on, 2 outs. Antonelli's 1 out away from a complete game victory. 8 hitter. Here's a pitch. And that's going to be a 1, and the 7 is ball 4, so he walks the tying run with 2 outs. And that's going to bring up the top of the order blasting game. Jablonski, can Jablonski run? Does he have good wheels or what? I don't really know. I got the head running 1-9. Not really. Let's get a pinch runner. Let's see. Somebody's fast. Flood is in there, and he's pretty fast, I hope. So that's who I have there. So Flood is going to run, and it's blasting game against Antonelli. Antonelli still should be good. Bottom of the 9th, he's allowed 1 on, and it was single. Okay, so he's still good. He's still good. And here we're going to throw that wild pitch. Nope. Roll, and here's the pitch. There goes the runner with 2 outs. Running on contact. That's going to be a 3. Against the lefty, a 3 and a 5, and that's bounced to the first base, and Cepeda makes a nice play Flips to Antonelli covering, and that, my friends, is the ball game. So, the Giants win it for Willie Mays on Willie Mays Memorial Day in My Tabletop World channel. And that's it, guys. Pretty intense, pretty good game. The Giants, 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. The Cardinals, 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors. And what can I tell you? It was a blast of a game playing 1959. I am replaying the Braves season. Okay, I am replaying the Braves season, and but I'm not playing the Giants. I'm just doing that for the Memorial Day remembrance game for Willie Mays. Rest in peace, and thanks for all the memories. So this is Tony Porter signing off with Tabletop Baseball Digest. And thanks for tuning in and subscribing and giving me that thumbs up. That's always appreciated and greatly valued. Remember to join all the different Facebook groups out there to mingle with others in our hobby. And Universal Baseball Association Facebook group is one of the very prolific, filled with content by a host of outstanding tabletop dice hobbyists. And I just wanted to grab the other I tweaked my back a little bit, so I'm going to go lie down a little bit. It's acting up. Thanks, guys, and I will see you very, very soon. And roll on.